Greetings everyone, if you're still wondering which build you should go for the new ladder on Diablo 4, I'll give you my top of the top builds in order for you to have a good start on it, but also to farm in endgame. Of course, this build will be up to date with patch 1.2 before the 17th of October, and you'll see that they plenty enjoy the new buffies, vampiric powers and aspects from this patch. Let's start with the Druid, and you have two very strong builds with him. First one, Earthen Bulwark, which is still quite OP if you want to keep playing this build. It was not changed in the patch, so it's still quite broken. And the second one, Pulverized Druid, because you have plenty of good buffies to overpower damage, but also new aspects, vampiric powers and so on, which makes this build very strong for the new ladder. Keep in mind that if you want to have a very good leveling on your Druid, play the Poison Creeper, you put 5 points in this skill and 3 points in the synergy, and you'll see that basically you just melt everything during the leveling. Moving on to the Necromancer, you have two very good builds. First one, a classic one, the Shadow Corpse Explosion. You have some good buffies with the new patch, and in the end it will still remain very powerful. If you want something a bit more fancy, the new buffies for the Blood Necromancer will be quite strong, and you'll have a very good damage output associated with a good tankiness. So both of these builds are quite strong to play in this new ladder. We also had some major improvements to the summoning, so they will be now more interesting, but should still be a bit less strong than the two previous builds. If you want to, feel free to play as a summoner or as a Thorn Summoner. For the Sorcerer, top of the top will be Burning Hydras, coming from all the buffies that she had in the aspect damage over time or vampiric powers. You can also consider Arclash build, which will be very strong because you have some vampiric powers boosting basic attack speed and of course basic damage, so this build will be overall stronger. And lastly, the Blizzard build with Ice Packs. Ice Packs got plenty of buffies and synergy, so it will be also quite strong to play in this new ladder. For the leveling, you can either play a Fire or Cold template, waiting for you to have some Hydras, and if you want to play Arclash or Blizzard, you should better wait to have the aspects, because otherwise they are very less powerful. Let's talk about the rogue, and you should play melee poison with 20 Blaze because simply you have way too much damage. If you're in a team, you can also think about the distance poison, it will be good with the melee, and if you are in a team with a range, you can also think about the shadow melee rogue because you can pack your enemies and it will help you to clear very much faster instances. For the leveling, any of these builds will be quite good to play with. Let's finish with the Barbarian, and we'll stay on something a bit classic for him, because if you play in solo you should play the Hammer of the Ancient setup, and if you play in a team, Whirlwind will be very interesting because you have the possibility to pack enemies. Also, you can choose any of these two builds for the leveling of your Barbarian. Just keep in mind that they also buffed the Barbarian overpower and bleeding effect, but in the end they should remain a bit less interesting than the current one. Thanks for watching this video. I hope that it will help you to choose your build and your class for the new season, and feel free to post in the comment which build you'll go on the 17th for the season 2.